Bonjour, and welcome to this presentation on the first part about culture and civilization in France. The title of the presentation is La Civilisation Française. Here we are going to learn a few essential facts about France. The presentation has been made both in English and French so that it could be well understood by all. La géographie. La France se situe en Europe et l'autre nom de la France, c'est l'Hexagone. So as we know, the geographical location of France is Europe. And when we look at the map of France, it seems that it is in a hexagonal shape. Therefore, another name for France is l'Hexagone. Les pays voisins limitrophes de la France. The neighboring countries or the limiting countries of France. There are 7 countries bordering France: l'Angleterre, England, l'Allemagne, Germany, la Belgique, Belgium, le Luxembourg, Luxembourg, la Suisse, Switzerland, l'Italie, Italy, et l'Espagne, Spain. We continue with the geography, la géographie, les mers et océans bordant la France. So we have the water bodies surrounding France, la mer Méditerranée au sud, the Mediterranean Ocean in the south, l'océan Atlantique à l'est, the Atlantic Ocean to the east, et la Manche au nord-est, and the English Channel to the northeast. Les fleuves. Les fleuves en France sont, so the major rivers in France are la Seine, la Loire, la Garonne, le Rhin, le Rhône. These are the names of the rivers. Le fleuve le plus long en France est la Loire. So among all these rivers, the longest river is called la Loire. Et le fleuve qui traverse Paris and the river that flows through Paris is called la Seine. Les grandes montagnes en France, the mountain ranges in France, les Alpes, the Alps, à l'est, on the east, et les Pyrénées au sud, and the Pyrenees on the south. Le Massif central, une chaîne de montagnes, and the Massif central is also a chain of mountains. La République française. Now let us see a little bit about France as a republic. Le symbole que l'on trouve sur le logo République sont le drapeau français, la devise de la République et son effigie mariale. So the symbols that we find on the logo Republic are the French flag, the motto of the Republic, and its effigie, Marianne, who today is a personification of Goddess of Liberty. Although when she lived, Marianne was a peasant girl, and suddenly she heard voices telling her to go and fight for the liberty of France. At that time, they thought that she was possessed and she's a witch, and they burnt her alive. But later on, they have made her into a goddess. La devise de la France. Et, so the motto of France is la liberté, liberty, égalité, equality, et fraternité, fraternity. Now these are the 3 ideals, and the 3 colors on the flag, bleu, blanc, rouge, also represent these 3 ideals, which evolved during the French Revolution. Sa fête nationale est le 14 juillet. The National Day of France is the 14th July. Les symboles de la France. Symbols of France. Le drapeau tricolore, the tricolor flag, which is bleu, blanc, rouge. L'hymne national de la France et la Marseillaise. The national anthem of France is called the Marseillaise. Constructeur de l'Union européenne, and France is one of the founders of the European Union. La monnaie utilisée en France est l'euro. The currency in France is the euro. Le coq est l'un des symboles les plus populaires et plus forts en France. The cock is a symbol, one of the most popular symbols of France as a republic. Les monuments en France, monuments in France. La Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower, which is in France. It is named after the chief architect of the Eiffel Tower, whose name is Mr. Gustave Eiffel. And that's why even today, below the Eiffel Tower, you have a bust of Mr. Eiffel. L'Arc de Triomphe, the Arc of Triumph, which is located in Paris, was constructed to commemorate or to, pay homage to the soldiers who laid down their life for the freedom, for the liberty of France. Le Musée du Louvre, it's world famous and it's located in Paris. It's most famous for the painting it houses of the Mona Lisa, which was painted by the Italian artist Leonardo da Vinci. The painting is so famous owing to various attributes. Number one, the backdrop of the painting is a misty, a very foggy climate. The technique used is highly appreciated by those who are experts in art and has rarely been exactly replicated. Next, if you look at Mona Lisa, you feel she's smiling. Then, if you look closely, the lady has no eyebrows, although she's wearing a veil. So the Mona Lisa is displayed in a little room in the Louvre under very tight security. Now, apart from the Mona Lisa, the Louvre Museum also houses many artifacts and displays from various other civilizations or from world history, which are really worth a visit. If you ever go on a Sunday, generally the Louvre is free. Le Château de Versailles. Versailles is a region close to Paris, and Château means castle. This castle of Versailles was constructed by Napoleon, and right at the entrance of the Château de Versailles, you have a huge statue of Napoleon on his horse. Le Grand Palais Royal, the Grand Royal Palace. Now, the majority of the population in France are Christians. And today, in spite of the pandemic, France is #1 tourist destination of the world, and tourism contributes to a considerable amount of the French economy. Therefore, every tourist destination is well maintained. Among them are also the churches and the chapels. So Le Sacré-Cœur and Le Notre-Dame de Paris are among the most famous churches of Paris. Gastronomy. France is very well known and very proud of its gastronomy, of its cuisine. In fact, when we talk of rankings, when we talk of a chef or a hotel or a restaurant, we talk of the Michelin stars, which is something that originated. This whole concept of grading, awarding stars was started in France. So #1, we talk of cheese. So les fromages, cheese. Although, we have, let's say, 300, but in reality, there are many more varieties of cheese that the French boast of. Les vins. Le vin rouge, le vin blanc. There are two kinds of wine that we really know of, the red wine and the white wine. Now, there are very specific, details as to what kind of food should be accompanied by what kind of wine. So we really need to know that when we want to dine, with the French. Le Champagne. Now, interestingly, La Champagne is a region in France from where the sparkling wine originated. Today, champagne is synonymous to celebration, success, happiness, but in fact, it name champagne is the name of a region in France. Next, la baguette is the French bread. Le pain au chocolat is the chocolate bread. Crème brûlée is a kind of dessert which is caramelized. Ratatouille is also a very typical French dish, which is generally non-vegetarian with a mix of lentils. And quiche. Quiche is again like a non-veg tart, we could say. Now, this gives us an introduction to the French civilization and culture. Merci. Au revoir.